So then you basically manage some people under your circle. So you just don't say that I never did that, or just try to uh, switch it in a way that you show your leadership skill or team leadership skill, right?
Yes.
Another situational question I was get asked is, how do you handle a situation where your senior does not agree with your opinion? So how do you
Okay.
convince them, or how do you
Hmm.
handle that contradiction? So that was also asked. So I mean, you just need to think through of different perspectives about this. Maybe then there could be some topic where you're not actually correct. So you need to agree with your senior. So you cannot just normally say that if there is a contradiction, I will try to prove my point. But sometimes you may be wrong, right? So just try to say it in a way that it goes well and they understand that you are supportive, you are a team player and everything, right? So this was the part of questioning. Then, apart from these, like behavioral questions, there were some case-based questions too. So
Okay.
I would not say they were very like complex cases. They were very normal. So I remember one was that if you were to increase the profit of a product,
Okay.
then what all things you will consider. So
Hmm.
from sales perspective, we can say we can consider the price of the product or maybe the quantity of uh, the product which is get selling. So maybe we try to increase the quantity or maybe we try to reduce the selling price so that more people buy it. So from that perspective, there were few cases asked, and I think both of the rounds were on a
Hmm.
similar similar tone. In the
Okay.
second round, with the MD, when I get asked the case questions, in the first round, it was more resume or situational questions and questions like this, right? And then, yeah, post that, I got the selection on the campus website. And then, yeah, the process follows, and you get,
Hmm.
I just joined Accenture, and that
Great.
was my campus experience. Yeah.
Okay. Great. And you mentioned you had two rounds in Accenture, so both the rounds had like were they conducted on the same day or
Yes,
before?
yes, both on the same day.
Okay.
So one was
Okay.
in the morning, one was in the afternoon. There was some time gap, but both on the same day. And we got
Okay.
to know also selection also on the same day. It was all
Yeah.
virtual. I think
Yeah.
right now
Yes. Yes.
they are moving
Right now
to
it's physical. Physical is
yes,
very tough. I get
yes,
it.
definitely.
Because I
You need to
had my
prepare
C
well.
Yeah, yes. In May 2024, I had my CMA campus placement and it was physical. I got to know like if CA का भी physical होता तो बहुत मुश्किल होता because
मुश्किल
there
होता
is a lot of chaos around the physical campus placement. So, and how much duration was that interviews? Like both the ATEL and
है.
Accenture?
I think 30 minutes max, or maybe it would be 30 to 40 minutes. उससे
Each
ज़्यादा नहीं
round?
था. Yes,
Okay.
30 minutes minimum,
हाँ.
and maybe 30 से 40 minutes ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा, 40 से ज़्यादा नहीं था.
Okay. And manage Accenture Management Consulting, how many candidates did they recruit from the Mumbai campus?
So I think they recruited at least 10. So more than 10 would be there. I know
Okay.
of like 10 people who were from my batch or people I knew. So yes, 10.
Okay. Okay. Great. Great.
They do hire freshers for this profile from campus
Yes.
only. They don't hire
Yes.
it from off
From
campus
off
for
campus.
management consulting. So
Hmm.
that's the only chance you get into.
Hmm.
Otherwise, you maybe gain experience in this field from other companies and then come back. But as a fresher, you only get a chance to campus.
Okay. And was there anything like first attempt or something for this to get into this role rank?
Yes, I think yes. So it whatever I had observed, it is mostly people who had a rank plus people who were first attempt clear. So
Okay.
they were also there. But I think somewhere for them also it was maybe Big Four or industrial training as a
Hmm.
condition. But yeah,
Hmm.
that was there.
Okay. First attempt in final only or even in inter?
First attempt is final. I think inter mein I didn't ask people about that info a lot, but
Okay.
they consider first attempt final attempts.
Hmm. Note down this, guys. The guys, this is very important. Okay. So
Or
inter
if
ka
you get
attempts.
even after not having first attempt, then please let us know. We'll change our perspective. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I had some doubts, so I asked about it,
Mm.
and I will share my experience, guys. I was a first attempt qualified CA, and I completed my CA from Northeast. Okay, but there is one how should I say? There is one statistics. Okay, many of you have asked in the questions like which campus center should we choose? अभी आप लोगों में से most of you have filled the form, or it did you guys fill the form, campus form, or is it pending still? Because the last date is 20th July. Guys, please make it interactive. Answer the questions. It will improve my way of explaining. It will help you a lot. Did
We
you
are
guys fill?
not filed yet.
You are not filed yet, now? Okay, fine. Good. Okay. So the last date is 20 July. You still have a week. So you can fill it fine. So the data is in Bangalore, Mumbai, and Delhi. Okay. In the campus placement, there are totally nine centers. Fine. Out of the nine centers, the major centers are Delhi, Mumbai, and Bangalore. Okay. In these three campus placement centers, almost 60% students will be there. Almost near. Because what exactly happened was when I qualified, I was there in an all India Telegram group. In that, every CA who qualified in that May 22 attempt, they were there. Around 12,000 CAs were qualified, around 10,500 CAs were there in that group. Aram se, theek hai? And then we had a poll. How many students, like, did you fill the form for which campus? Okay. And then around 55 to 60%, around 58% students kept these three locations. So huge amount of competition goes in this. Okay. First of all, Delhi is occupied by Rajasthan and this all over the North Indian candidates. Okay. And then Bangalore is something, it is that type of location जहाँ पे तुमको South Indians भी रहेंगे and North Indians who want to shift to South India, they will also be there because Bangalore is a preferable location. Okay. Mumbai is anywhere there because of Gujarat and Maharashtra CA qualified candidates. That is anyways populated. Okay. And then if you have first attempt, if you have rank, then please go for these three locations because that will help you a lot because the amount of companies which will come and the profiles which they offer along with the CTC also is very, very good. You will definitely get good companies if you go for these three locations. If you have first attempt and rank. Okay. And then yes, I'm coming about the other locations also. So now coming to the other locations, I had first attempt, but I still didn't take the risk. I went for Chennai campus. Okay. And one thing you should do, guys, is go in the last campus placement and take out the list of companies and find the number of companies which sat in each campus placement center. It varies every single time. Okay. When I sat, I examined the December 2021 campus like how many companies did sit in each campus placement. So there were around 30, 30, 30 in this Delhi, Mumbai, and Bangalore, but there were around 20 to 25 in between from Chennai and Kolkata, and then the rest four, which were Hyderabad, Pune, Jaipur, and Hyderabad, Pune, Jaipur, and the other was
Ahmedabad is also there.
Ahmedabad. Huh. So these had around 10 to 15. Okay, fine. So then you can choose amongst these below four or Chennai or Kolkata as per your like nearby distance or somewhat. So I had my second tier in Chennai or Kolkata. I wanted to go for Chennai so that I can get most of the shortlistings. So I went there. I got nine shortlistings when I went for Chennai. Okay, because I had first attempt and because of that thing. Next, you can also go for Hyderabad because all the Telugu states who have qualified, they go for Hyderabad mostly or Chennai. Okay. And Kerala, Tamil Nadu, they go for Bangalore mostly. So you can estimate the population and then go accordingly. Okay. Then I got nine short listings, out of which four big fours were there. First thing, all the big fours, Deloitte, EY, KPMG, and PwC. All four were there. And if you ask me, I didn't had any big four experience in my articleship, but I still got the big four shortlistings. Okay. This is first point. Next, I had four. One was International Petroleum Company, which was Shell PLC. Okay, it had Chennai Global Center, and then again, next was Barclays. The third was Standard Chartered, in which I got selected. Then the last was Indian Hotels. Okay, so that had around less CTC, and the ninth was Bank, HDFC Bank. Okay, one bank, four big fours, uh, and four of them were from industry. Fine. So Standard Chartered, Barclays, Shell PLC, Indian Hotels, four big fours, one bank. Okay, so all of them were covered. And what exactly happens is I got all the nine in from five first round of shortlisting only. So I selected four. I ignored bank and big fours. I selected all the rest of them. Okay, Standard Chartered, Shell, Barclays, and Indian Hotels I selected because I didn't want to go for big fours and bank. Because bank is something, once you go into banks, it is an altogether different line. And you go into banks, and then within 1 or 2 years you can shift into industry, but otherwise after a long drive, then it is very difficult to shift if you go into banks. Okay, keep in mind. And big four is something which I wanted to avoid, so I went for industry. And then uh, for Shell PLC, they had a direct interview. uh, it was on August 27th, if I remember. Shell PLC had a direct interview. It was for 50 minutes, 50 minutes. Okay. 50 minutes was scheduled. And Shell PLC offered around six different types of profiles. Okay. When you get the campus shortlistings, there will be many times which the companies offer, like they will be offering different profiles. Like Priya said, they offered management consulting and tech consulting. You have the option to choose. Okay. Like that, Shell PLC offered different, like tax was also there, financial reporting was also there. You have many types. Okay. So I choose financial reporting because of that accounting knowledge and everything. So even for bank profiles as well, like for ICICI, they offer you many types of profiles. You can choose them accordingly. When you get short listings, you will understand that. And for Standard Chartered, they had a three levels of process. Okay. So Standard Chartered had three levels, but Shell PLC had direct interview. And when you get shortlistings, they will always say you how many rounds of interviews will be there. Like, will they have the psychometric test and interview or only interview? Fine. So you have the option to know what is the exactly interview process, and then you can select your company accordingly. I will explain you the campus process with the dates also. I have the campus brochure, but now I will just explain the process. So in the Shell PLC, for the interview, which went for 50 minutes, as I selected financial reporting, it was mostly around Ind AS. Okay, complete Ind AS profile, Ind AS knowledge, and all the technical questions around that. And as Priya said, questions will definitely fall from your resume first. First, you have to explain about yourself. Then questions will come from your experience, whatever you have worked. It is not necessary that you need to have the experience for which you are applying for. Please keep this point in your mind. Okay, it is not necessary. आपको कोई आइडिया नहीं हो सकता, but it is okay. You are applying for a new profile when you have qualified. So I have never worked in financial reporting profile, but I applied for it because I believe that I had good theoretical knowledge. Fine. So questions were from my articleship experience. I had rich audit experience. So they asked regarding all the audit checklist or stat audits, internal audits, all over. And I had also my industrial training experience from IOCL, Indian Oil Corporation. So they asked me regarding that. Okay, how did you do this particular process? I wrote variance analysis in my resume. They asked, how did you do the variance analysis? They asked me the formulas of standard costing and everything. Okay, then they will go into detail. They won't just leave you. Okay, so you have to be very specific on every point you write because you need to have the practical knowledge also. You need to have the theoretical knowledge also when you are writing a particular point. If you are writing tax audit, you need to know every clause. You also need to know how did you fill the form. Okay, please keep those two basic aspects very clear while preparing your resume. It is not just related to your work experience, it is also related to your extracurricular activities or hobbies also. Anything. If you write watching movies, they might ask you, what was the last movie you watched? What did you learn from it? They asked me in the CMA campus placement. Okay, that is a whole together experience. But yes, you need to be very clear. Next, it went around Ind-AS, and honestly, uh, what exactly happened in the Shell PLC, I will never forget it. The interviewer asked me, "Are you comfortable with Ind-AS because you have applied for financial reporting profile, and it will mostly go around this consolidation and all the financial statement preparation." I had to say yes. If I say no, the interview is over and it's out. Okay, you are gone. So I said yes, and then the interviewer said, "With which Ind-AS are you comfortable?" Okay. I said, as usual, like 115 came into my mind. I said, I'm comfortable with 115. But then the interviewer said, we have almost 25 to 30 minutes left in the interview. We have covered the personal details. Now, you have the whole time. Please take your time and explain the whole Ind AS 115. So, situations like this also might come. You have to be prepared for everything because you are a CA and there is no excuse. First of all, this is one thing you need to keep in your mind. You are regarded as someone who is very perfect because CAs, even in the workplace, also will face this. If you do something error, you will have to listen this. Okay, you are a CA, you can't do this. So be very specific with the role and what subject is that role demanding. When he asked me about Ind AS, I have to be very clear, even with the disclosures part of every Ind AS. Okay, when you say about technical questions. So this is how it went, the Shell PLC interview. And on the interview day, what happened was now coming to Standard Chartered. Okay, Shell PLC didn't say the result on that day, it said the next day. Actually, it shouldn't do like that. They have to say on the same day itself whether you're selected or not. But they said they did in the next day, and I didn't get selected. Okay, and coming to Standard Chartered, which had three rounds of selection. First was your behavioral assessment test. Okay, these days most of the companies are taking that test. Okay, behavioral assessment test or psychometric test, whatever. Some companies take maths and English also, like Wipro. If you apply for Wipro, they will take your reasoning test, logical reasoning or maths type questions. Okay, then you have to do it without calculators and everything. Okay, and competition will also be very huge. Now, in behavioral assessment test, what exactly happens is they will give you workplace situations and they will present you some video-based questions. So, what will you do in this particular situation? Fine. Like they will present you a 40 to 50-second video clip and they will give you multiple choice questions on what will you exactly handle in this workplace. Like you have been performing exceptionally well, but you feel that your manager hasn't recognized your work. Like you're not getting appreciated that much. How will you handle this kind of situation? Okay, like that. So there will be options and you have to accordingly deal with it. And there is a huge range of elimination which happens, guys. You should not take any round of test which is happening like it is just behavioral assessment test, it is not main interview, you have to take it like no. Almost 50% of the candidates got filtered here in this test. Okay, when companies are having this, that means they are very clear with their selection process. Almost 50% of the candidates didn't get the interview call again. Like the next round was GD, but they didn't get the call. So that was the test of behavioral assessment, around 10 to 15 minutes. Next, with the GD happened. That was on the interview day only. So in the morning, I had my GD first of Standard Chartered. Then immediately I had my Shell PLC interview. By the time I completed my Shell PLC interview, I got the call that I got selected for the interview round of Standard Chartered. Then immediately I sat for Standard Chartered interview. So it went for whole first half, all the interviews and everything. So in the GD, what exactly happens is I will tell the basics of GD as well later. So the topic which was given to us is basically GDs can have different types. Like there can be subjective topics, or there can be country related topics, or there can be economy related topics, or related to workplace, anything which is something trending. Okay, GDs can have any range of topics. So the topic which was given to us is teamwork versus individual work at workplace. Very simple topic. Yes, GD was virtual. It was May 2022 campus placement was virtual. We were around 7 people in the GD. Okay, 7 people. We were given 30 minutes, 30. Fine. So 30 minutes were given, and two examiners were there who were we were completely distributed in the Zoom breakout rooms. Okay. So seven people, 30 minutes, and the topic was given 2 minutes to think related to the topic. Now the point is, it was not an easy thing. They just didn't say it was teamwork versus individual work. Choose one side and speak on that one side. No. They said you have to speak on both sides. You should also say both sides advantages and disadvantages. आप एक बार बोल के खत्म कर दिया नहीं होगा. You have to say the advantages of pros and cons of teamwork. You have to say the pros and cons of individual work. Now this is a master plan to confuse you and to contradict with yourself. On one side you have to speak on teamwork, on one side you have to speak on individual work also. Okay, so you have to assess according to the situations. कौन सा situation, कौन सा workplace situation में you have to explain, because 30 minutes is a huge time. 30 minutes में बहुत कुछ हो सकता है. Okay, you might have to speak 4 to 5 times also, by agreeing or disagreeing to other people. So GD goes on for a long time in campus placements mostly. Otherwise, kabhi kabhi it happens is 10 people, 10 minutes. That's it. And each people they might speak for 40 to 50 seconds, and one time you have to put everything, the solid facts you have to put on, and you have to leave. So it depends how it happens. In CMA campus placement, it was an offline. We were 10 people for 10 minutes. One single topic. I spoke for 1 minute. I left. So you have to deal every GD in a different way. Okay. So that was the topic. And then out of 7 people, only 2 people were taken to the interview round from each GD. There were 20 groups of 7 people each. That means 140 people were there. 2 people from each group. 40 people went to the interview. 100 people got eliminated, guys, in the GD round. So CAs will have the finance knowledge. They have full theoretical knowledge. They have good theoretical knowledge of all the textbooks, all the exams you have written. No doubt about it. But these days, the interview process, they mostly have these kind of things, like a reasoning round or your GDs, where even the most intelligent guys, they might get filtered because of this communication skills and everything. They might not be able to present the things which they want. They might have the knowledge, but if they are not able to express correctly, they might get filtered. Okay, so be very careful. So now again, the standard chartered interviewer got selected, and then the interview went for 1 hour again. Okay, so they took for 1 hour. Many Zoom breakout rooms were happening, and in 1 hour, the role was product control. Okay, product control department. I was They offered us 3 roles, standard chartered. You have to select from 3 different roles. Product control, one was taxation, and another one was controllership, which was something like on audit. Okay, so I didn't have idea around controllership, and taxation wasn't my thing. So I applied for product control, which is a back end of investment banking, you can say. Okay, product control is regarded as a back end of investment banking, and mostly the subject which is related to product control is SFM, like now the AFM. Okay, financial management. So completely related to your bonds, derivatives, and everything. And even at that point of time, my elective was financial services and capital markets. So I was like, I can go for this role. Okay. Now the point is, I didn't have any kind of experience in that particular role during my entire articleship. That happens. You might be applying for a complete new role apart from your articleship experience, and that is totally fine. You can go for it. Okay. So now they asked me everything related to SFM, like the bonds, the interest rates, how they are related, the interest rate parities. They asked me the logics, how exactly it works, the inflation rates, everything related to SFM. Okay, derivatives, the put option, call option, the premiums, how do they calculate the formulas. They gave me some economy related things. If you go to that country, like how would you relate? All those things, okay, related to SFM, all the bookish knowledge. Then they asked me some numbers as well. Okay, numbers means if I have to say, they were checking my they were checking my brain in literal sense, means how exactly my brain was working in the pressure situation. They immediately asked my time. It was around 11:30. Okay, I just said, sir, it's 11:30, and then they asked me what is the angle at 11:30? What is the angle that is being formed at 11:30? Okay, that is a very out of the box. They just asked me how good I am with numbers, because that department, that kind of department demands accuracy with numbers. You cannot do a error of 0.01 also. Okay, so I had my pen and paper with me, so I immediately calculated and just said in 10, 15 seconds. And then they asked me like, what is 30% of 80? What is 40% of 90? Like that. Okay, immediately just throwing up questions like to an MBA candidate. Okay, as they do. So those kind of questions are also coming. And then they went into my HR related questions like what does my father do, and where I wanted to go, why am I here, why do you think you got selected in the GD? They asked me this question. Why do you think we have selected you in the GD? They asked me how did I think about the selection process. So all of these kind of questions do come, guys. Technical, HR, your out of the box, situational questions, every kind of question can come. You have to go out of your books to get selected. Now, not just your work experience and your theoretical knowledge about your subjects will help. Campus placements, and these days they are very they want candidates who are good with everything, who are good with communication skills, who can how should I say, who can go out of the box. And one more thing is, we got like 10 members of us got selected for the product control role. There were first attempt candidates also. One lady, she had 12 attempts in her CA final. She also got selected. Okay, she got Standard Chartered how should I say, consent shortlisting in her second round. I will say you the rounds and I will explain you the campus placement process. She got in her second round and she opted for it, and then she cleared. She had that talent, even though exams got delayed, but she cleared the process and she got the job opportunity. So it's not that every single company prefers only first attempt candidate. It's not like that. There are many incidents and many experiences where people had attempts and they got very good opportunities also. Okay, so don't have that myth in your mind. Every round of selection is very, very important and you have to be very fast. Like when I said behavioral assessment round, you have to be very fast and your decision making should be very quicker. I might put all the correct answers in 12 minutes, even though the scheduled was for 15 minutes. One candidate would put all the correct answers in 10 minutes. His efficiency is faster. So based on your efficiency, you are calculated. Okay. So be very fast and and also your accuracy should be good. So this was my campus placement experience. And then I got into Standard Chartered, and then later, after 1 year, I resigned, and then I had my CMA final and everything. So now, shall I take it through the campus placement process? Priya, shall I share the brochure?
Yeah, I think before that, any one of you have any
Uh,
question with like based on what we just said or just I
yeah,
explained,
yeah. Any
anything
questions
you just
regarding
need
our
to ask, yeah.
experiences?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
Like, what kind of topics they can ask in GD?
Okay.
Like,
GD.
how to get updated with that topics?
Okay. So, related to GD, I had three GDs till now. Okay, three of the GDs, I will tell you the topics and the range. First was CA campus placement, which I said, teamwork versus individual work, which are subjective. And second was CMA campus placement. They asked us ethics or profit, which is more important in the business. Okay, you are getting it
Okay.
right from the company perspective. They have asked this topic from a company perspective. Next, in the PSU, in the Power Grid Corporation of India, which I got into, they asked us Vikasit Bharat 2047. What is the vision of India?
Okay.
Okay. So now you get the idea of topics. And if you want to prepare for GD, guys, just go to Google and type group discussion topics for freshers. You will get n number of websites where you have 400 to 500 GD topics on a random list. If you just go to Google now and type, you will get it websites. Okay, 400 to 500 topics will be there. Just spare a day, sit on that, and just keep reading random topics on different ranges. On like when I said related to workplace also, there might be some subjective topics. Okay, so there are many like work pressure, work-life balance. This is also a topic. They can just randomly put up work-life. They can ask you related to your war, they were related to war, which happened in May. Any world
Yeah.
related, yeah, trending topics. So you never know what kind of,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
I would suggest like daily you can just keep like
Hmm.
5 to 10 minutes. You can
Hmm.
just read news
Hmm.
because anything which is new can be picked up. So just be
Hmm.
stay updated because that can also be questioned in any other
Hmm.
interview rounds as well, apart from JD. So that is
Yes.
one way you can
Yes.
just be on your toes. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And at that time, Bitcoin was also somewhat trending. They played a
Hmm.
trick with us actually. They shared as a Bitcoin related PDF of 2 to 3 pages. They said us prepare this for 2 minutes and then we'll start our GD. We prepared for that and then we entered into the GD room for Standard Chartered. Then when we entered the room, they said that that is not the topic. This is the new topic, teamwork versus
Oh,
individual work. Start in 1 minute. They play tricks like this. Okay. So be prepared very well. They are going to play with your mind like anything, like a football. Yeah,
Okay, thanks, Sai.
yeah, yes. I will explain the GD also how to tackle a GD in a short process. You will have more idea. Before that, do you guys any have any doubts regarding the experiences which we shared?
Hello. So like small doubt.
Yes.
Yeah, like what would we be covering in the next hour or so?
Okay.
What can you expect?
Yeah. Priya, you want to share or?
so basically, right now we are taking up questions. So it can be related to your campus, like our own campus experience we already covered. So at the moment, we are taking questions on the campus. Post that, you'll also talk about how to apply off campus and then how to prepare for different kind of interviews. And if any questions you guys have, we will also take that up.
Yes. Who is asking the question?
Ujjwal, I think.
Yeah, it's
Uj
me,
yeah,
Ujjwal.
okay, Ujjwal. Yeah, Ujjwal will be covering the campus placement process also, how exactly the whole process works. Also, the campus filling, form filling, what you need to keep in mind, and interviews if you have any kind of questions, and then resume also. Along with that, some GD level basics. Then I will also share some job group links with you guys at the end. So related to that and related to PSU also, if you have any kind of doubts, I can take this.
Thanks. I
Yeah.
like that would give you the idea like what can you expect and also when to
Yes.
pose the questions.
Yes. Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Yep.
Yes. 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 Yeah. Yes, Adishri, you are asking them.
Hello, I
Yeah.
had a doubt.
Yeah.
Last time, a few of my friends told that the campus domain, they came to know about it just a previous day of the interview.
Okay.
Yeah,
Campus
so how
domains
would,
or like the shortlisted
like,
domains.
yeah, the shortlisted domain. So if they had their interview tomorrow, they came to know about it today. So
Okay.
how would we prepare for that kind of situation?
You have anything to say? Yeah.
So maybe, in that situation, you can ask, so how would I tackle that? Maybe that's a standard charter now. So I'll try to find people who are already working there and maybe ask them if they went through campus, what were the domains were available. Or maybe I'll try to generalize, like thinking generally that it could be taxation, something industry related, taxation, FP&A, financial reporting. So anyway, if you are sitting for any day for interview, it's not that you're only preparing for that role. In your backend, because last 15 days or something, you're also preparing for FR interviews, taxation, right? So maybe if you're not interested in taxation, you might not have prepared for that. But if that's the case, you will not be willing to also, maybe sit for that interview if that's taxation. So generally, keep in mind one thing that there are few domains which industry what can be the domain, then prepare for that. And if these kind of things happen, maybe you can try to contact other people on LinkedIn and maybe try to understand what can be. So there could be a domain which is different, like Sai said, product control, which is we will generally not expect, right? So this kind of thing you need to network and you need to find that.
Yes. Uh, See, one standard rule, as Priya said, always, always. Okay. For every company you sit, just stalk LinkedIn and go to that company page and find out the CAs who have recently joined in that particular company. Text them and talk to them. And how did their interview happen? What kind of questions were asked to them? In what particular department they work? What were offered? Like Ashley said, every kind of domain which were offered to them. I spoke with the Shell PLC guys. I spoke with the Standard Chartered guys. They have informed me like what kind of questions they expected they had in the interview. That helped me a lot. They said SFM kind of questions came, so I prepared well with that, with the product control. Okay, always talk, whether it may be off campus or campus. Go and reach out, talk to them over call or something. कुछ भी कर लो. Talk to the seniors also. If not, most the recent guys they reply, talk to the seniors. But talk. They will sort out half of the problems for you. Okay. Because they will say almost all the tips what were they asked, and it will put your pressure out. And one more thing is, if you say what domains, एक दिन पहले अगर तुमको पता चला domains, then what would you do? Some things are very basic. As a CA, you are sitting for various kind of roles in off campus and campus also. You should be well versed with every subject till the time you are going to be settled in one domain. You are going to be selected for one job role. Okay. Be very good with the theoretical knowledge of every subject, whether it may be FR, whether it may be AFM, whether it may be tax, indirect tax, audit, standards of auditing, everything. Be well versed, be very perfect. Any kind of domain might come, it will be related to one of the subjects. Then you can easily tackle. How almost 60 to 70% job is done. I hope it solves. Once you are clear with your theoretical knowledge, then once you read the job description, it will be easier for you guys, even though it comes one day before. Okay.
Thank
Yeah. I hope it answers. Any other questions, guys?
Yeah, I think Sai, we
Okay.
can start with that campus.
I have a question. Can I ask?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it is related to this topic or not, matlab the interview. But the biggest question right now is what profile to choose. Like, I only know about tax and audit and somewhat CA
Hmm.
Priya told that management consulting or technical consulting. But then other than this, like there is not much data available also, or for which I have also not read much. But then I don't know which profile to select at first place, so that according to that I would be preparing for the interview. So can you also tell about in later
Hmm.
in this lecture that
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
to
Sure.
tackle that kind of situation, also like what to select at first place?
Yeah. Sure. If you have anything to say, Priya, right now, or shall we cover this later?
I think we can cover it this later. Maybe you
Yeah.
drop a question, Grisha, in the chat. So let's
Hmm.
first go to the
Yeah,
campus
yeah, that
topic.
question is anyways there because there are many
Yeah,
list of domains and there is this confusion already there. Even I
yes,
face this
everybody.
confusion. Yeah, किसमें कौन सा domain में जाना है and
Yeah,
everything.
exactly. Because the
Hmm.
biggest question is right now कि वही कि कौन सा प्रोफाइल सिलेक्ट करे so that
Hmm.
आगे उसके लिए then
Hmm.
because you cannot read
Yes.
every subject right now, वो एग्जाम्स के
Yes.
जैसा प्रेशर वो बिल्ड हो वैसा नहीं करना है.
Hmm. Yes. Yes. Don't
Thank you.
worry. We will ask you. Yeah, we'll solve it. And yeah, most of you guys will be having that doubt. And now I will go take you guys through the campus placement process. Okay. Let me share my screen. I hope the screen is visible, Priya.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So the last date for registration is 20th July, guys. And one more thing which I want to say related to the campus is please don't fill up your forms on the last day or the day before. Your like पूरा पूरा crash हो जाता है website, and you will face a lot of technical problems because sometimes the resume format or the image format which you're uploading for your form, that might have some technical issues. You will understand some new things while submitting. Okay, so please submit it by 18th. Okay, by 2 or 3 days before only. Please don't take it to the last day. Okay, otherwise you'll face some issues, and later it will get stuck. And some of my friends missed it last time also. They regret it so bad because they didn't sit in the campus placement. Okay, next, coming through the main process. Yes, this is the most important process. Okay, where people get confused also. What exactly happens? Okay, so there are 9 big centers for campus placement. You have to choose one out of this 9, and out of these small centers, you have to choose one in the second from the second list. One big center and one small center. Okay, and coming to the last date of organization registration, this is for companies. Last date of organization registration. Okay, now what exactly happens is once you fill your forms by 20th July, even after the companies complete their process, then your data goes from ICAI to the companies. Okay, it goes for the companies last date of online shortlisting by organizations. This is for companies. This is the first round. They have 4 days from 22nd to 25th July. They have 4 days completely. They, on the basis of their internal filtering, whatever happens for their particular role, each company, they take their time and they shortlist the candidates. Okay. And one more thing is, companies can shortlist 10x times of their vacancies. If they offer 10 vacancies, they can shortlist only 100 candidates. Okay, that is the rule. Okay, for the companies. Now, once the companies do this process, online consent given by candidates first round. This is for you guys. Okay. Then once companies complete the process, then on 26 to 28 July in your campus placement portal, in your login, the process, the consent, the shortlisting of companies becomes visible. Once you open your campus portal on the 26th July morning, you will see the list of companies who have shortlisted you. Okay, most of the guys get confused. They start checking their portals from 22nd only. No, it won't be visible. That is for companies process. Okay, it will be visible from 26th to 28th July. Fine. Then you can select out of those. There will be 4. The 4 is the limit, the maximum number of companies you can select. So you can select 4. That is your wish. If you get less than that, you can select for 2 or 3. Sometimes people have, like as Priya said, she got more, but she selected only 3. Okay, so it is up to your choice. If you feel 3 are giving you good amount of opportunities, that is up to your decision making. Okay, but now what happens in the second round is, once you put your shortlistings, now let us take Priya as an example. She utilized only 3 of her chances. One more chance is pending for her. Like one more company she is eligible to select. So what happens is ICAI will send all the data who have these kind of candidates whose chances are left. Okay, they will send that data to the companies that these are the candidates who have still their chance left to select extra companies because 4 of their maximum limit is not being exhausted. Okay, so what happens is, even one more thing is, companies 100 candidates को may shortlisting भेज सकता है, but it is not मैंडेटरी दैट 100 के 100 कैंडिडेट्स ने एक्सेप्ट किया हो वो शॉर्टलिस्टिंग को. सपोज एज अ बिग फोर, सपोज डेलॉयट ने 100 कैंडिडेट्स को भेजा एंड उसमें से ओनली 75 कैंडिडेट्स एक्सेप्टेड. नाउ 25 कैंडिडेट्स को फर्दर वो लोग शॉर्टलिस्ट कर सकते हैं सेकंड राउंड में. ओके, सो 25 कैंडिडेट्स उनका फिर से एलिजिबिलिटी आ जाता है कि यू कैन फर्दर टेक, बिकॉज 4 इज द मैक्सिमम लिमिट. अभी जैसा मैंने भी अपना शॉर्टलिस्टिंग में मैंने बिग फोर सेलेक्ट नहीं किया, सो मेरा लिमिट उनके पास चले जाता. दे कैन शॉर्टलिस्ट फर्दर एनी अदर कैंडिडेट जो फिल्टरिंग प्रोसेस में एलिजिबल फॉल करता हो शायद. सो कंपनीज टेक अनदर 2 days, जिसका भी ऐसे चांसेस लेफ्ट है एंड उनको भी वैकेंसीज का फर्दर शॉर्टलिस्टिंग के लिए उनका चांसेस लेफ्ट है. So they take 2 days, and then 31st को जिसके भी चांसेस बचे हैं, लाइक प्रिया का एक और चांस बचा है, they get further visibility of further shortlistings. And this is a maybe or maybe not situation. दिस इज ए 50-50 सिचुएशन. आपको कोई मैंडेटरी नहीं है कि आपने 3 ही चूज किया तो मेरे को पक्का फोर्थ कंपनी कुछ ना कुछ शॉर्टलिस्टिंग मिलेगा, ऐसा कोई मैंडेटरी थिंग नहीं है. सो बी वेरी केयरफुल विद द नंबर ऑफ कंपनीज यू आर चूजिंग इन द फर्स्ट राउंड. ओके, किसी किसी को लक में आ जाता है, सेकंड राउंड ऑफ शॉर्टलिस्टिंग में अच्छे अच्छे कंपनीज आ जाते हैं, किसी किसी को कुछ भी नहीं आते. एंड दे रिग्रेट दैट मैंने ओनली 2 or 3 कंपनीज ही मैंने चूज किए थे, इवन दो आई गॉट मोर, बट फिर से उसमें से भी मेरे को नहीं हुआ. So be very good with your decision making, and second round में आपको दिख जाएगा that again I got this. Then as I said, आपको कुछ like कभी कभी companies they mention that they have a psychometric test or any other behavioral assessment test, as I said Standard Chartered are taken. So वैसे कुछ भी प्री इंटरव्यू टेस्ट हो सकते हैं, वो सब आपको ऐसा डेट में मेंशन किया जाता है, and they take on that date. Once you accept their shortlisting, then companies reach out to you over your mails. So be very attentive towards your mails. And during these dates, once your second round of shortlisting ends, till the date of your campus, during the working hours, you might be employed or not employed, मतलब घर पे हो सकते हो, but during the working hours, be very attentive with your email IDs. Like कहीं पे भी कुछ भी mails आ सकते हैं. Okay, like anything related to your test or like completion of your test by today or tomorrow, by today evening only. Okay, keep checking your mails. Fine. Then your process. Just wait. Yeah, and then इसके बाद कुछ और है क्या प्रिया? Then you have your interviews on the scheduled dates. They will say you. One more thing is. Yeah, one more thing is which I want to say is 4 companies you can shortlist. आपके डेट्स अलग अलग डेट्स पे हो सकते हैं, मतलब इंटरव्यूज, बट प्लीज डोंट टेक मोर देन 2 इंटरव्यूज ऑन अ सिंगल डे, बिकॉज अभी तो यू आर हैविंग अ फिजिकल कैंपस प्लेसमेंट. if suppose if you think you are from Delhi campus and you are having 3 interviews on 6th only, 6th August only, it will be a chaos on your campus day. And suppose interviews timings अगर clash हो गए, फिर that is very difficult to change, because HRs are sometimes they might change, sometimes they might not. Okay, it will be very difficult to change your timings. So be very careful with how many companies you are selecting. Like I put only my Standard Chartered and Shell on one day. Barclays was on a different day. Indian Hotels was on a different day. Okay, so that I could attend all the interviews. Sometimes because of this, if you put 3, you might miss one. Okay, that might happen. So be very careful with that aspect also. आपके 4 shortlisted companies कौन से दिन में आपका इंटरव्यू हो रहा है. That is a very important thing. Okay, and then further, yeah, membership number. Some of you have asked membership number. They always say that take it immediately. If it is possible, you have completed your articleship, take it immediately. If it is not also, it's fine. Even I took it after I joined my job, so it came later. So it's not that आपको जॉब नहीं मिलेगा अगर मेंबरशिप नंबर नहीं होने से, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Rest you can take care. Do you guys have any kind of doubts related to this campus placement process, guys? Please ask
I
right
have
now.
a doubt.
Yes.
So, in what according to you means कि round one और round two में दोनों को मिला के we have to select only 4 companies, right?
Yes. Yes.
And one big center and one small center. मतलब मैंने किधर तो गाइडलाइंस में पढ़ा था उसमें था कि फर्स्ट राउंड के लिए you select only big centers and उसके बाद अगर सिलेक्शन नहीं हुआ then you can select the small center also. वो उसके
हाँ
क्लैरिटी है ना?
हाँ. What happens is अगर आपका सपोज इसमें प्लेसमेंट नहीं हुआ, even in the 4 selected companies in the big center, suppose you sat for Delhi, you have attended all the 4 interviews and you didn't get selected, then you can sit in your small campus also. Then again you can go from first round and second round of shortlistings. You are eligible for that if you didn't obtain your job opportunity in the big center.
Yes.
Then again the same process.
Okay.
in the
Okay,
mentioned
and
dates.
the interview dates, as you mentioned, so interview dates we have to select, or they only prefer कि ये dates पे आपके interview scheduled है?
They say on which date their company will be sitting, and what exactly happens is as the dates progress, the CTC also comes down. Like the highest paying CTC will be on the first, like it goes down in the descending order. Okay, like if your interview falls on the fifth only, it will be on highest. Sixth, somewhat it will go down. Okay, so take accordingly. Like you will know about it once you get the shortlistings. When you see them on your on 26th July, they will mention every single thing: the CTC, the locations, if possible, the possibility of locations 2 or 3, the roles which they have. Like before, also mention some roles. Okay, and even whether they are having only interview or test and interview, every single thing they will be mentioning. You can choose accordingly. And while putting the consent, be very very careful when you are marking the consent. Okay, you have to put it in a particular process. I can't explain it properly, but see in YouTube, आपको एक process में मतलब हो, you have to put the, you have to save the form. Like you have to select one company, then click on save. You have to select second company, then click on save. Third, and then save. Okay, ऐसा नहीं कि 4 आपने select किया फिर save. No, don't do that. Be very specific. Okay,
Okay,
और कुछ?
and just one more doubt. Yeah, just
हम्म
one more doubt. जैसे अभी now I reside in Mumbai, so which center पे तो I can select Mumbai easily, so कहीं भी interviews हुआ so I can go there. But for small location, like
हम्म
other locations, तो वहाँ पे अगर मैं कोई दूसरा location select करती हूँ, तो जो physical interviews तो वहाँ जाके देना पड़ेगा.
यस, वो लोग जो फिजिकल का वेन्यू शेयर करेंगे आपको, ICA, यू हैव टू गो देयर एंड गिव.
Yeah, you'll know the dates beforehand. Like
हम्म
at least I think there would be ample time.
या
So you need to also inform if you're working, if you're still doing your articleship, you might also need to inform your manager about that. So that all things will be there. Yeah. I think there's one more question in the chat is should we use all 4 consent at one round or how do we do this?
हम्म
I would just like to tell my
हम्म
take on that.
हम्म
So
हम्म
I would choose the companies based on few things. Is one is are these companies I can get off campus or not? So for Big Fours, that's a big yes because generally there are a lot of hiring posts you
हम्म
will see on LinkedIn for Big Four.
यस.
So you can get Big Four from off campus. So I would not choose Big Four. Then comes what your interest. So if you would clearly see that there are good companies. So for in my case, I got Accenture, Airtel. So that's my like by default choice. And then based on rest, if I see that okay, based on rest, these 2 companies are still good, I can try and I am okay with the role. And even if I'm not, but still, if I don't see any other good option and I think these are pretty good, I will choose them. I didn't choose all 4 in my case because I didn't had any good companies apart from those 3. So that was the reason. Big Four were there, banks were there, but I don't wanted to go in bank and Big Four I can get off. So that was my take. And in the next round, I didn't get any good company. So that can also happen. So you may utilize all your 4 in first round, but just see that at least one good company is there because sometimes you may get one in the second round. Because if it is all like basic like normal companies, you can still take a risk of getting good shortlisting in the next round. So I would rather go with that way. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. If you feel that you got 4 good companies in the first shortlisting itself, then go for it, guys. Please don't lose because it's always may or may not be opportunity in your second round. So choose accordingly.
Yes.
Yeah. And then coming to your campus filling form filling. Okay, one very very important thing is your expectations of your CTC. Okay, they will mention to quote a number what CTC you are expecting. Okay, now that is a trick. Okay, if you are a what ICA mentions is the minimum CTC in the campus placement that should be offered is 9 lakhs as far as I remember, at that campus placement, it was 9 lakhs. Okay, the company should be minimum offering that. Okay, so what I did was I kept 9 lakhs in the expected. Okay, how exactly this works is it will help to get you more shortlistings. Suppose you keep it 12 or 13, only above that companies will shortlist you, and there will be lesser number of companies which will be offering that much level of CTC. Okay, so always put 9, you will get more, which is the minimum. Okay, don't think that you will get, if you put 9, you will get only 9 lakhs CTC offering companies only. No, Standard Chartered was offering 14.5, but they shortlisted because that was a minimum. So they do as per their standards, as per their industry standards. Okay, do that, and that will definitely help you to get more shortlistings, guys.
So
Any
do
other?
they can see the minimum amount we have mentioned in the form?
Yes, because whatever form we have filled up,
So
ICI
they
will
will
send.
negotiate now to bring us down to that
Sorry.
amount if I quote more in the interview.
No, in interview again, I don't think so. They would come on this aspect because the CTC is fixed, and
Okay,
the
yeah.
CTC which they have quoted in your shortlisting, that will be visible to you when you are marking your consent. So what they have mentioned is fixed. There won't be enough any round of further negotiation regarding that.
Okay.
Yeah, and one more thing is while filling your work. Oh, sorry. Just wait.
Hello.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
Sai got electricity.
Yes.
Oh, hi, Sai.
Yeah, I'm back. Don't worry.
Sai is
So,
back.
yes. So, regarding the form filling, while you're filling up your work experience, okay. So, there, please add your, what should I say? Mention all your work experience in keywords. Like, suppose you have done statutory audit, mention that keyword statutory audit, MIS reports, internal audit, like that. In that way, I'm saying. Okay. Because when they start your filtering process, they always filter with keywords. Okay. That will help you a lot for getting more shortlistings. Priya, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, I want to pin you. Where are you? Mm, Yeah, yes, I got you. Okay. So,
Okay.
uh, so regarding that, please always put your work experience in keywords, and then related to your hobbies and interest also, whatever fields they are mentioning in your campus form, please try to mention everything. If they are asking achievements, please fill up everything possible. Even they have an additional field of industrial training also. Okay, if you have done industrial training, then you have an additional option to fill that. Okay, so in that as well, mention your work experience in key terms. Don't write sentences in that. Just mention keywords and everything. Okay, because the form also takes limited number of words while you're writing that. And before submitting the form, please take a preview of the entire form and then submit. Because how much amount of text each field is taking, please take a look over it and then you submit the form. Okay, sometimes you might be writing some sentences and half of the sentence will be there at the end and half of it will be missing.
Mm,
Okay,
yeah.
these things make a lot of difference. So that's why I mention it in a keywords, which is the most important thing. Uh, then, then I don't think so. Yeah. Any other points, Priya?
I think you covered it well. Also, one thing which I faced is I made the payment for the
Hmm.
campus, but
Hmm.
I didn't get any confirmation. So there was some like lag or something. But in some time, I think maybe end of the day, I do got the mail. So
Okay.
if that's the case, also you need to fill the form little bit early than the deadline. Don't fill
Hmm.
it on 20th. So
Hmm.
fill
Hmm.
it
Hmm.
maybe on 17th, 18th, And if you face that situation, then maybe write to them. Will be a support email or something on the campus website. If you face them, then write to them and they'll help you. But make sure you
Hmm.
have ample time to do all these things. Yeah, that's one
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Sometimes what happens is, what I remember was initially I got 8 only, but later after 1 day of first round of consent, Barclays got added. Then I was shocked, like,
Oh,
why wasn't this there all the 3 or 4 days? Why is this visible after I marked the consent and now the time is over? Now, because of that, I selected HDFC Bank. Then what I did was I just immediately mailed to the campus placement team that kindly replace my HDFC Bank option with Barclays. And I wasn't able to see this the day before. It started being visible onto my screen today only. Then they changed my option also.
hmm.
So be very careful with these kind of things, guys.
Yeah,
Keep logging into your
anything
profiles.
can
Any
happen.
kind of technical issue can happen, and it can change your whole campus placement.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. And any other questions? I think we have covered enough.
Yeah, I think if you don't have, then maybe we can move to off campus.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Uh,
Um, okay, maybe I'll start
yeah,
about
yeah,
my
yes,
off campus.
yes, yes.
So I remember for off campus, I've mostly applied everywhere. Wherever I see any vacancy, I used to apply that. So also on the Naukri, and there's this fast careers. So there's this
Mm-hmm.
I think from Sarthak sir, they have this past careers also website. So there also, I mean, you can just search it and you may need to make your profile and everything. And they also uh, give you a lot of good opportunities. So I have done that fast careers. And then off campus, how I actually went is mostly through LinkedIn. So wherever I see a post of hiring, I used to apply there. And for some companies, I reached out to people asking them if there is any hiring for freshers or maybe through my contacts which I had. So I had some big four interviews. So I just like I just wanted to recommend to everyone that maybe off campus you can try big fours and try to maybe at least get one offer before your campus placements. Basically, that will help you to And for me, when I got the Accenture shortlisting, so interviews was on the same day, but the shortlisting came very late, like after 3, 4 hours. And before that, a lot of people in my circle already got. So I was little stressed that why didn't I get it? तो वो थोड़ा सा बहुत stressful हो जाता है. So just for that backup purpose, एक बार in your relevant domain जिसमें आपको जाना है, maybe it could be taxation, M&A, जो भी है, उसका एक ऑफर लेके रखो, चारों बिग फोर में से किसी एक का तो ले ही लो. एंड दैट विल हेल्प यू एज अ बैकअप कि चलो कुछ तो है तुम्हारे पास, राइट? सो दैट इज वन थिंग. एंड I mean, the only, I think the best way is to go through LinkedIn. आपको बहुत सारी hiring post मिल जाएगी, even for industry, like companies in industry as well. I just like recently forwarded some posts to some of my juniors. So you just keep on scrolling. This is the high time you keep on scrolling on LinkedIn. Stop
Mm-hmm.
like every other post. And I'll also try to repost if I see any vacancy. So you maybe that way you can get to know about it. And you need to be active everywhere. So if you see any groups, if people are talking about any group they have joined, so keep talking to other people as well. Said, okay, this is the group I'm in, and they have just shared. So there's also this hiring agency called Phenom Placements. So
Okay.
I don't have their group link because they had specifically made attempt-wise groups, and
Okay.
then they don't have the link in the description which I can share with anyone. But they had this phenom placement group for every attempt, and then they share vacant like hiring post, and there are forms in that. So Bajaj was there, so you can fill it from there. And then I mean there the process starts. So you need to get added to these relevant groups. On Telegram also there are a lot of groups, so try to get, join them, then you will find some vacancies. So you have to like be on your toes, put a lot of efforts, like be everywhere. That वे कहाँ कहाँ भी vacancy हो सकती है, you have to be there and apply कर दो, even if that field is not you really want to get in. But I always like to have some backup. So मेरे पास 2-3 ऑफर ऐसे होने चाहिए where I can maybe negotiate. So if I have offers off campus से, campus में तो you cannot negotiate. So I can negotiate with the new offer which I am getting. So
Hmm.
ये चीज I think you can do.
Hmm.
And yeah, I mean, Sai, if you want to add.
Yes, yes, I do remember, yeah. And yeah, off campus, your LinkedIn and Naukri, I mostly used, and some groups were there. I will share those links, guys, which were very helpful. And off campus, yes, one very important point she said, you have to be, you appear for any kind of interview. You may work there or not work there, but to calm down yourself, to manage your nervousness, to improve your interview experiences later, to help
Yes.
yourself to ace in the campus placements, please appear in 5 to 6 interviews minimum, like before you sit in the main campus. That will, like, because in the campus, as I said, it was for 50 minutes. For one interview was for 1 hour. So it helped me to manage the pressure. Think if I would have not, I appeared in almost 8 to 9 interviews in off campus. Okay, I had around 3 to 4 offers. One was from bank, one was from Big Four itself in Deloitte USI. For stat audit profile, I got selected. Okay, so that was from off campus only. From Naukri.com, I got to know that yes, they are hiring. Okay, so I applied and then I got into it without any referral. Okay, then I had those offers in hand, and then I appeared. One was for a particular university also. Okay, like anywhere, just sit and take those questions on yourself. You might not answer or whatever, but it will improve your experience every single time. It will take down your pressure. It will help you know what aspects you're lacking, which subjects are you lacking. Okay, appear for different kind of profiles. Then you will understand what exactly this profile is going to demand from me. Then you will understand your job responsibilities also. Every time you sit for a profile, you get the JD, job description. Then you will go through it. That yes, ये profile में ऐसा ऐसा काम होता है. Then you will get a lot of idea regarding that. And if I have to say regarding Deloitte USI experience, one which was for Big Four, they had almost 4 rounds. One was your technical round, which went for 15 minutes. Okay, 15 minutes. Straight away audit because it was a stat audit profile. And one more thing is Big Four offers you better profiles off campus. Okay, I'm saying this now. Right now, the recruitment is going on, guys. They have already posted it. Okay, it's been a
Yes.
week. It's been last week. Now they have already posted it and they have already started shortlisting also. So track down and appear. I think they might also have taken technical rounds also. Okay. So immediately they start and in the technical rounds, they ask you everything related to that particular profile. If you are applying for taxation related questions and your articleship related questions, whatever checklist you have gone through. And sorry, how can we reject if selected off campus? What? I don't think it is related to that because you will be selected for different profiles in if you are sitting for on campus. Okay, on campus profiles are entirely different, and it's okay if you are if you are rejected for off campus also. That doesn't matter much, I think. Do you have anything to say related to this, Priya? I don't think so. It would
Uh,
affect.
like the question is that how do you reject the company in campus? If this is
I didn't
Like,
exactly under.
reject,
so, so like, to get selected off campus, like, what would be the next thing, like, uh, the company?
you keep the offer. You keep the offer, then you go sit for campus. If you don't
Hmm.
want to join, you
Hmm.
just write a mail to them that I'm not joining. But that's
Yeah.
also not necessary, but you should do
Huh.
that.
Huh.
Hmm.
Yeah, so what I did was I said I have campus placement to take. Then I will confirm you with my selection because most of the candidates don't confirm because once they get through the campus placement, they might get better opportunities or
Hmm.
because campus placement is a once in a lifetime opportunity. You cannot sit again.
Yes.
So I always said wherever I got selected that yes, I have my campus placement, then I can confirm. Otherwise, I can't. I can't accept the role yet. Okay. And they will withheld also because it's not for a long time also. Campus placement is going to get completed by August 2nd or 3rd week in almost all of the locations. So that is not much longer time also. So they will wait.
Mm.
That's not a big issue. And I had my technical session and a technical round, and then I had my HR round. HR is like basic questions. Why this big four? Why do you want to join this profile? Like which location are you comfortable with? What are your strengths, weaknesses? Tell me about yourself. What were the extra activities you did apart from your articleship? All of this kind of it was just for 10 minutes maximum, 10 to 15. Okay, because there are a lot of candidates and they won't take that much time. Next, the important thing was as it was for USI, it was for global profile. They had an English test, which was for Versant. Versant, that is a platform where your English will be tested. Okay, on almost all of your aspects, like reading. Again, like how should I say? If you go through the Versant process, it is almost a 45 minutes test where your efficiency related to your English is tested. Okay, your grammar or your way of essay also, or they will narrate you something and you have to narrate them back, whatever you heard. And you have to take the test in a completely isolated environment. Otherwise, it will reduce your score. Okay, there should be no noise when you're taking that test. Okay, Varsan test is very important in Deloitte TSI. And then once you get qualified in that, then you have the final round, which is your partner round. Okay, that was taken by a person from US. So he took that round and it was for 10 minutes. He just asked very random questions, nothing technical or nothing like that, just basic questions, and then it was over and I got offered. Okay, but then I didn't join because of the campus. So this was one of the experiences related to off campus. But I advise is keep appearing everywhere. It's okay if you fail, but just keep appearing. By the time you sit in campus, you'll be an expert, and there would be no fear of appearing any kind of interview for you guys. Yeah. What are the questions?
Yeah, there's one question. I have completed my articleship, and after result, I applied in one of the big four and got selected, and will be joining within a week. So this I have to disclose in campus registration and in my CV. Can this negatively impact as I already joined the post qualification? I've like never came across this kind of situation.
Yeah. You are just like I mean, you are just going to join, right?
Maybe
Then
try to delay your joining if you can, because I don't know
hmm.
how is this work gonna work, because like they are hiring freshers, but then you have joined somewhere else, so not sure how it will work.
Because your campus placement form also asks you if there is any work experience apart from your
Yeah.
articleship experience also. Like because some of them will be doing their semi-qualified experience also, that will be
Mm.
asked. But I think you are just joining within a week, then no need to mention in the campus form. Don't mention it. And CV, you will be submitting one CV in your campus form also. Even in that, you won't mention. So both the
Mm.
ways you are not going to mention. But when you are sitting for your interview, suppose if you are getting selected, then you can say if you have already joined just recently, but you are still considering other job opportunities, then you can say that yes, I've joined. I didn't want to waste my time, and then uh, I've joined, but I'm still considering other opportunities if I find better. And then, yeah, most of the times it happens that candidates join a company and then they leave they put their resignation form within a week or a month, or yes, that happens. So that is also fine. Otherwise, you can also deal it in another way. Don't mention anything anywhere in your interview also. If you get selected, just go and put your resignation form in the company you have joined. That's it.
Yeah.
That would be best.
Best thing you
Yeah,
can do.
yes. Any other
Yeah.
questions, guys?
Mhm.
I think we can take the domain related question now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have anything to say related to that, Priya?
Uh, So, like, what was the question exactly that we need
They
to
are
get?
confused related which
Acha,
domain.
okay, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So how I did is basically I've like listed domains which I'm not interested in.
Eliminate.
Like I don't want to go pure income tax. So taxation, I was
Same.
like a big no for me. Internal
Same.
audit was big for no me. So rest I've kept maybe IDT I was interested. M&A I was somehow somewhat interested. So I've kept that, but made a list that I don't want to go into these domains. FP&A I was not really interested in. So I just like, okay, no, I won't be choosing that. Start audit, no. So you can just make a list of areas which you are not willing to go. And then you will find that, okay, is this the one which I'm not interested in? No, this is not. So maybe you apply that. So I did that way, and sometimes you need to be open to a lot more roles because there's a lot of competition. You're not even like competing because there are a lot of people who are maybe first attempt. They have done their before articleship. They have also done their trainings, industrial training. So competition is very high. So just I would not take that as a risk. So I will keep myself open for a lot more roles, maybe take some offers and then analyze. Okay, now that I have these many offers, now which field I'm interested in. And to analyze that, what I'll do is maybe I'll talk to people who are already working in those fields. What do they feel about it? What actual work they are doing? Is this a repetitive work? Maybe I'm not interested. Maybe, there are a lot of things you can consider. Then also ask people about the exit opportunity. So if you go for a bank, right? So then you might not have a lot of opportunities to go once, like when you decide to resign from there. So there could be industry wise. Uh, from bank you can go to industry, but there still be some limitation. So if that's a pure finance role, then there are a lot of opportunities because industry wise you will have a lot of companies to explore. Consulting also, then there are certain limited companies who are only taking who have this area of like domain, right? So you need to think on that lines, and maybe CTC also, whereas location kya hai, because some companies are saying that they are hiring for consulting but maybe in a location which I'm not interested in. So that is a like kind of filter I would use. And yeah, so these are things I would try to find out and keep on connecting with people about the exit opportunities, how the work is going on, how are the working hours, maybe how is the culture as well. So all these things, so Big Four culture is very like obviously famous. So maybe there are different things. वो होता है कि when you already have a lot of offers, these things you can think of to filter them. But yeah, to choose a domain, again, as I've mentioned, you can do that activity of making a list of domains in which you are not interested in, and then be open to like decent domains so that you have better chances and better offers, backups as well. I would say that.
Yes, great. Almost you have covered almost all the points.
Yeah.
Yeah, just do the elimination process, guys. Even I wasn't open for taxation related profiles. I wasn't interested in those. DT and IDT both. But rest of whatever profiles were coming to my zone, I was open to all of them. Then what you do is whatever roles, whatever offers you are getting, you do the analysis, which will be the most beneficial for you, and then you join that. That is the
Hmm.
most easy rule, and it will open you for all of the opportunities, and that will solve your confusion also. And it is not like there is no particular rule that only this industry is
Hmm.
successful or this is not successful, nothing like that. Every industry, like if you take audit or if you take financial due diligence, M&A, transaction advisory, anything, every industry is having its own path. People are enjoying that. So once you join according to your when you apply that elimination rule, then you will go through that, because I didn't knew product control actually existed until I got that Standard Chartered shortlisting. Then I inquired about it. Then I spoke to the people who are working in product control. Then I got to know that okay, this is SFM related role. Then I went for it and I got it. So be open for it. And let's see the questions. Jasmine has asked, is it recommendatory to join Big Four post qualification and then shift to the company after some years? I mean, there is nothing like recommendatory. Okay, it is your personal choice. You can go. That is a good route. You can take 2 to 3 years of Big Four experience in audit
Mm.
or something. Then you can shift to some industry in good. There are very good private companies. They will easily take you. Okay, once Big
Yeah,
Four stamp is there on your resume. So yeah, you can go through in that route. Many people do it. It's fine.
agree.
Yeah. And then how to prepare resume. Okay, there are nothing like any resume templates which I would be sharing, but I will tell you the list of headings which should be there
Mhm.
in your resumes. Okay, I will share that. Uh, Shiva has asked, if we got selected on campus, do we need to give consent immediately? Yes. You have to give the consent on the day of your campus itself. Like if your campus is on 6th August, on that day your interview will happen. The same day result will come, and by the night, like by there will be the company will be mentioning the time by 8 p.m. or 8:30 p.m. You have to mark the consent in the portal. Okay. If then the acceptance, you have to record it in your portal. You have to submit that acceptance button. And what happens is once you submit that consent, your login, you won't be able to log in again into your campus portal. Remember that. Okay, this happens. You cannot log in into your portal again. Okay. Uh, Next, okay, if you give consent and not join, we have to pay penalty. Yes, the brochure mentions the penalty rule. So you have to face the penalty. Okay, if the company reports it, uh, that depends mostly on the company. If the company reports this aspect to the ICAI that this candidate has not joined, then you have to pay the penalty. If the company ignores it, they will take another candidate, then it's fine. Okay, that
Yeah.
depends mostly on the company. Uh, Share how to excel in GD. I will take that. I will say you in further points. Um, and then growth in global companies like EY, GDS. Any idea, Priya, regarding the Big Four?
Uh, I think EY GDS, what I have heard is basically, so these global companies, you'll mostly have not client-facing roles, and rather you basically, your client would be the member firms. So EY
Hmm.
member firms would be your client. So there would be growth, but I've heard that, the promotions and everything there is pretty slow. So they take like 3 years of time for the next role.
Hmm.
Based on basically like if it is initial part of your career, you can still go there because there would be a lot of learning and there's a lot of work also, so work pressure would be there, but learning wise it would be a good choice. But I would rather say that explore other fields. If you
Yeah.
like, if that's the last choice, then go for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yes.
yeah, explore
Yes.
other
That is
fields.
a last choice, guys. That is
Yeah.
not the first. Yeah. I don't think so. There is not much any legal action, guys. It's not that
No,
serious.
no.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. And maybe Sai, we might need to wrap it up quickly, so
Yes.
let's
Yes.
just take the GD
Yeah, yeah,
question.
yes. Yeah, GD, I will cover some GD points and then resume headings. Then we'll
Hmm.
take the questions and then we'll wrap it up. One question is there. I'm currently working in a job. Is it necessary to resign before applying? No, you don't need to resign before applying campus. And should I mention it in my CV? Yeah, you can mention it in your CV. If you have already joined and you are working, no need to like hide it. You can mention it in your CV. No worries about it. Then I will share my screen related to your basics of group discussion, how to ace it. Just a sample thing, okay? Yeah, is the screen visible?
Hmm. Yes.
Just wait. Yeah, oh, just a bit. Mm, is that? Yeah. So related to the GD guys, what exactly happens is there are three roles you can take while you are handling a GD. Okay. You can start the GD. That means when the examiner, like when the person who is giving you the topic, he gives you the topic, there might be three situations you would be facing. That is, you have a complete idea of the topic. You have just a minimal idea. That means you can manage. Okay, an average idea. And there might also be a situation where when you are completely, you have zero idea about the topic. There can be three kind of situations: full idea, average idea, and zero idea. Okay. Now there are three different types of roles you can take when you are sitting for a GD. Okay. That is initiator. When the interviewer starts the GD, you can take the lead. That means you can initiate the discussion. Suppose like as the GD organizer, he gave the topic teamwork versus individual work. I was very comfortable with the topic. When the person said start the GD, I immediately started. I introduced myself, and the first person who initiates can introduce themselves and then say the topic name and then say the points, like whatever I wanted to say. Okay, I wanted to highlight first on the teamwork. So I said all the pros and cons of whatever I felt regarding the teamwork. Then I said, now I want to give the direction to the group where they want to take, whether they want to express anything related to agreeing to the teamwork or disagreeing to my points, or they want to put any new points, they are welcome. And then I left it to the rest of the members. Now that is up to their wish. Okay, so you can always initiate the discussion if you have full idea. Now, next, the second type of role is context teller. That is, you can place your points in between the discussion. You don't have a full idea, you are not that much confident to start the GD. Then what you can do is, suppose Priya is there next to me, and then she heard my points, and then she started her points in between. Now she got some idea. Okay, I can frame these kind of points because I have average amount of idea related to this topic. So she heard my points. She started with agreeing to some of my points. She disagreed with some of my points. And then she also put some new points in those. Okay, you can be the person speaking in between. Okay, in CA campus placement, I initiated the discussion. In CMA campus placement, I was the context teller. I told my points in mid of the discussion because I felt I didn't have those many points. Okay, when the topic was ethics or profit, which is more important to the company. Okay, so you can put your points in the discussion, and then the third type of role you can do is when you have zero idea related to the topic, is you can summarize the whole discussion at the end. Okay, when the GD is about to end, almost suppose they have given you 10 minutes. When you are about to reach 9 minutes, you should always see your clock, see your time while the GD is happening. That is very important. And then at the end, you can summarize your whole GD. Okay, totally, whatever points were discussed by every member, you can put all of them in one frame and you can just summarize them in 40 to 50 seconds and you can come to a conclusion and then you can end the discussion. That will also be a good take, good role to play in a GD when you have zero idea about the topic. Okay, then then also take mock GDs. Please participate more. This is the time. Later, it also doesn't make sense when you participate later. So keep participating. At least do 2 to 3 GDs. Then you have a full idea. Okay, keep forming groups among your friend circle only. Please do it by yourself. It will improve a lot of. It will give you a lot of confidence. It will make many things easy. Okay. Any other questions regarding GD, guys? Any questions I can take regarding the GD? I don't think there are any questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, uh, in domain selection, suppose I have basic idea and choose M&A, but in articleship, I have no experience in M&A. How would that work out? Yeah, it's okay, Naman. Like you are applying for a role very different to you. Just make sure you are having good amount of theoretical knowledge in that particular role. Like whatever subjects it is demanding, have a very good grip over it. Okay, then you can easily ace the interview and you can show your interest that yes, this is the like this is my interest. That's why I've developed the interest and now I'm ready to work if you're like make me like teach me throughout the role. So you can do that.
1 2 years, they do give you a lot of trainings. Your
Yes.
seniors will guide you. So don't
Yes.
assume that you'll be just, asked to do an M&A transaction. No,
Yeah.
that's not the case. They'll give you the training, enough guidance so that you can learn and, work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of you guys will be freshers only, so there won't be that
Yeah.
much problem. Yeah. Everywhere learning will be there, guys, at any stage of your life. Okay. Yeah. And should we focus on speaking more or should we focus on concluding the GD well? See, it's not necessary that you will be concluding the GD every single time. If the
Mm.
summer like concluding the GD is the last option, if you have zero knowledge about the topic, okay, you should not speak more also. You should also give room to the other candidates as per the time allocated to you. Like if they are giving 10 minutes for 10 people, then make sure you are speaking for 40 seconds to 1 minute. Okay, you are not taking up the whole 3 to 4 minutes and then not giving time to others. Okay, that is also a very negative point. Okay, you should
Yeah.
talk as per your average time allocated to each candidate. Okay, and then while you are speaking, you should also listen to the other candidates and put your point by agreeing or disagreeing to them. You should not just speak your own points. Okay, that will enhance your points that you have listened to others also.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Any other points? Any other questions, guys? Then we can focus on one final topic, which is resume, and then I will share the job links. Then we can wrap this up.
Yeah. You want to start, Sai, on the resume?
Yeah, I have just some headings, that's it, not that much.
Okay. Okay.
Do you
Yeah,
have
I
any?
think that's no, I do also have a similar view only. So basically, academic, and then comes your work experience, and then the extracurriculars. And I don't recommend you having a lot of subheadings in the extracurriculars. I mean, a lot of people do write hobbies, etc. So maybe you can just keep like extracurricular, and in that you may mention
Hmm.
about anything you have done. So extracurricular may all the conferences you have attended, anything,
Hmm.
any case uh, related sessions you have attended, or anything in sports you have done. If you really don't have anything, then maybe write something from your school, but generally avoid that. Maybe till 12th you can write, like in 12th if you have done something, but if it is like long back, so don't write like those things. Rather,
Hmm.
and for work experience, always go for like action verbs, as I've just mentioned in the chat, that if you have done like variance analysis, so you should say like analyzed variances for this company having this turnover or something like that. So in this, and then the turnover part, then maybe if you are mentioning the turnover number, highlight that. And if it is a listed client, then do mention that for a listed entity. So highlight the listed part. So all these things gets highlighted. So wherever you feel that that is something you have done, like a part of activity, maybe if you had worked on India's 115, you can highlight that India's 115 in the line where you're mentioning, or also like worked on financial reporting on India's 115 or something like that. So do that in action verbs. And academics, so generally you'll have like this normal, you can have a table and then you write about the institution, then your marks, any other comment in remarks. So you can just mention if you have a rank or exemption or something you can highlight. So mostly on the that format only. And work experience, be very thoughtful क्या लिख रहे हो, because वहां से भी questions आएंगे, so it's very very important. You can bluff, I would say, but experience may no. So yeah, that's something I can say.
Yeah. So, like I have mentioned the headings in the chat box, which which I had. Uh,
Hmm.
so first you can mention your career summary or any career objective, whatever you feel. I felt career summary would be better. Then your work experience will come, guys, your industrial training or articleship, whatever. Then you have your professional and educational qualifications, your CA, and then your BCom or whatever. Then your certifications, if you have any technical related to your work experience, then those will come. Then your achievements and extracurricular activities, hobbies and interest, all of these are extra. If you have
Hmm.
enough content related to that, you can mention those. Then your personal details. Okay.
Hmm.
So I went in this. And one more thing which is very important is many of you have confusion related one page or two page. Okay, one page or two page resume. Okay. Like I always had 2-page resume because I had a lot of content to put, so I had 2 page. But the thing you should remember is it should be either one full page or it should be either two full pages. It shouldn't be 1.5 page. There shouldn't be any space in your resume. Okay, people send one page and then 5 to 6 lines in the second page. No, don't do that.
Hmm.
One full page or two full pages will always work.
Yeah.
Okay, I had shortlistings even though I had two full pages. Okay, for at every level in CMA also, in PSU also, if in CA also, everywhere it worked. Even for industrial training, when I applied, I had two full pages. It worked.
Yeah, it,
Okay.
it really varies. I think you have,
Huh.
if you have something you can put on,
Yes.
you can write on, then that's good.
Yeah.
I always had one page
Huh.
resume.
Huh. Huh. It depends. You
Yes.
have 1 page or 2 pages, whatever, but keep it full. Don't No space should be there in your resume. Okay. And always keep highlighting your keywords in your work experience, like
Mm.
every keyword in your every line. Okay, please
Yes.
make them bold. Even in your extracurricular activities also, achievements also, please highlight them. Okay,
Mm.
so that they are visible easily. That will enhance your CV. And don't use full of color templates or too much colored. Okay, please use formal colors so that the visibility is good. And if you are putting photo, that is also fine, but don't put any kind of vacation kind of picture. Use formal in your formal,
Formal.
yeah, fully formal. Okay, and and please put your LinkedIn URL in your resume. And if you are putting your LinkedIn URL, make sure your LinkedIn profile is shining in that way. Okay,
Mm.
there is no need that you are having this number of followers and everything. It should be a properly filled profile, that there is a proper picture, there is a proper cover photo, there is a proper headline. Okay, you have written about yourself or whatever fields the LinkedIn profile is demanding. Make sure you fill those. That's it. That is more than enough. And
Mm.
be somewhat active on LinkedIn because you will be anyway searching your job on LinkedIn. So be somewhat active on LinkedIn during these recruitment days at least. Because sometimes, most of the times, you will be submitting application through LinkedIn only.
Mm.
Okay,
Yes.
so when the application goes through your LinkedIn profile through to the recruiter, the first thing they see is your LinkedIn profile. That is your first impression. So make sure you're filling your LinkedIn profile properly and putting proper photo. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I think I have covered the points.
Yeah, I think we have covered most of
Yeah,
the questions as well.
yeah, just I will share the job links right now.
Phones are getting discharged.
Sorry.
My earphones are getting discharged, so I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, okay, okay. Just wait, I will share the links.
Yeah, I'll
This
share
is,
the link.
yeah, this is first link. You can go to that website and then join the links, whatever they have given. This is one Telegram group related to your PSU jobs, the third one. And then one is this Telegram group is also very important. Finance jobs for all. In those, like all of the recent postings are there related to your big fours as well. So join them and utilize them, guys,
Yes.
for the off campus. Okay, and stay in touch with the other campus students as well, other campus qualified people as well, so that they will also
Mm.
share their insights, how that particular company has recruited for those locations. That will help you. I hope. Are there any other questions, guys? Then we'll wrap the session up. Any other questions? Anything you want to say, guys, before we close this down? Anything?
I think everybody is waiting for dinner,
Yeah,
including me.
that's why I have kept it 6 o'clock so that yes, it won't go that much late.
Yeah.
Also, if we
Yes.
have in future we have any other doubts, so where we can connect you guys.
Yeah, yeah, you can message on LinkedIn anytime.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will stop the recording here.